daughter.
That's
not going to happen.
The fight with my daughter, Your Honor, is because of them neglecting their children.
Miss Welch, what I'm telling you is courts are not going to do that. This court is not going to do that. I will take a look at your bills and try to make a judgment as to overall how much of this money was paid back. But if you expect me to go week by week and figure out how much of the $25 went into your bank and how much maybe went into a loan for a car and how much went, just listen to me, it's not going to happen. And if what you're telling me is that the fight with your daughter was precipitated by the fact that you felt as if they were not doing the right thing with their children, I'm telling you that you got to take your nose out of her business.
Leaving their children home alone at night for 10 hours?
Miss Welch, what I'm telling you is you have to take your nose out of their business. And if you feel as if your grandchildren, because of the neglect of their parents, are legitimately at risk, and you've said to your daughter, I don't think it's a great idea to leave the kids home alone. Not a great idea. And she doesn't listen to you, and you have a substantial and legitimate concern about your grandchildren, you call Child Protective Services and let them do an investigation. And the only way you keep your mother's nose out of your business is to not take money from her. How many children do you have?
We have 5 children, Your Honor.
You have 5 children. So you're mature enough to have 5 children. Mm-hmm. I assume that if you couldn't take care of them, then you wouldn't have had them, because that would have been irresponsible, right?
Correct.
But you can't take care of them because you have to keep borrowing money from your mother, which means that you didn't have enough money to have 5 children. So that's irresponsible. If you can't support 5 children, you don't have 5 children. But once you take money from your mother because you're irresponsible, then she feels as if she has the right to say to you, you're not acting responsibly with my grandchildren. But the fact is, you weren't responsible because you had too many children that you couldn't take care of. You say no, I'm saying yes. You're standing there, you look like an idiot. And what you've done is, you've taken a relationship that was a good one, and if your mother said to you, I don't like my grandchildren staying home alone. How old is the oldest child?
12.
And how old is the youngest child?
She's 2.
A 12-year-old cannot watch a 2-year-old.
My 12-year-old doesn't watch my 2-year-old. My 2-year-old's in daycare.
We're talking about when the children were home by themselves.
They weren't home alone at night. We actually took our children to his mother's every single night and picked them up every single morning.
Did you ever tell your mother that the children were going to be home alone?
No, she deducted that herself, ma'am.
She came up to that conclusion on her own.
No, they told me that on the night after Thanksgiving when Dana made it my business that he was going on nights the 1st of December. I said, who's going to take care of the kids? We're leaving them alone because Dana can come home from work every hour and check on them.
Okay. I want to tell you that that's wrong. Absolutely 100% wrong, because if Child Protective Services came 5 minutes after she left and found the 12-year-old in charge of 3 children, they would remove all the children from the house.
Well, they haven't let me see the kids since.
Okay. Well, that's a tragedy. So I'm going to tell you this. The only relationship that you can count on forever is hers.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I gather that for a long time things were very good. No, you're saying no.
No.
She's an idiot. Unfortunately, she's your idiot.
And later today,
here's one hole in the wall Dana did. Here's the hole Dana put in the wall when they were really fighting one day. I would get in the middle of it so it wouldn't.
Just a second.
Oh, I would never get punched.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Bridget Welsh says her daughter and son-in-law owe for unpaid loans. Tanika and Dana Mulicki are countersuing for the return of Tanika's engagement ring and harassment.
Listen, she's dumb as this. Unfortunately, Miss Welch, in this country, and I say unfortunately from the bottom of my heart, the Supreme Court has not taken a positive position with regard to whether grandparents have the right to seek visitation with their grandchildren if their children are denying them visitation. If I were the queen of the universe and running the world, it would be different. It would be different because dumb ones like this don't appreciate the fact that children need the widest possible community of love and affection. And even if you're not getting along with your mother, that doesn't mean that you cut your children off from a grandmother who was, for most of their lives, a positive influence. I gathered that for a long time things were very good. No, you're saying no.
No.
She's an idiot. Unfortunately, she's your idiot.
Ma'am?
Unfortunately, she's your idiot. You can't tell me things weren't good, madam, because then you would be a taker. Because then when you say to me, I would go shopping with my mother the day after, put your hand down, the day after Thanksgiving every year, that suggests to me that you had an ongoing relationship with your mother. Now you say no.
It was an off and on relationship.
It may have been off and on for you.
And it was off and on for her. She would tell me numerous times to stay out of her life. You're dead to me. You don't have a mother. She told my 12-year-old.
Miss Welch,
she told my
Miss Welch, listen to me. She's doing revisionist history because you're not paying attention. My
am
statement to
paying
you is, I don't care what kind of relationship you have with your mother, and I don't care whether your husband has a good relationship with her either. What I'm saying to you is, if you are a good and loving parent, you don't cut your children off from their grandmother.
My son cut himself off from her.
All right,
my
good.
son
Listen,
is 12 years
listen
old
to
and
me.
understands.
Listen to me. I think that they still owe you $1,400, and that's what you're going to get as a result of this lawsuit. Now, you have some property that they say belongs to them. What property?
She's got an engagement ring that was given to me from my ex-boyfriend, who is my son's father.
Do you have an engagement ring that belongs to her?
That ring was given to me, Your Honor, for a loan that I made her.
Listen to me. Listen to me. She wants it back. I don't know why he wants it in his house. He doesn't. But she wants it back.
She also has his Nintendo 64 that we can't replace. My son's that we bought him personally for his birthday.
What was it doing in her house?
He took it there to play it when he'd go to her house because she doesn't have. She lives in an area where he can't just go outside and play with friends. She won't allow him to go outside and play with the neighbor kids because she says everybody uses drugs.
So just a second. So you allowed this child, your son, to take his Nintendo 64 game to your mother's house because he spent time there. I'm speaking. Answer the question.
Yes.
Listen, she's limited. It's not my fault she's limited, and maybe it's not your fault. The Nintendo 64 game, listen to me.
Trevor gave that to me, Your Honor, to keep at my house because he'd got an Xbox and I had also purchased him a PS2.
Listen to me very carefully, Miss Welch. The ring and the Nintendo 64 game up to be placed in a box, mailed back to them, and your check for $1,400 will be held until it gets back to them. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
The final straw was when she told my 12-year-old, I'm dead to you and you do not have a grandmother.
My oldest said until she changes and changes her attitude, he doesn't want anything to do with her.
I just hope that the Lord takes care of my grandkids.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Benson Hopkinson versus Slintz. Step forward, please.
19-year-olds Whitney Benson and Dana Hopkinson are suing their former roommate, Derek Schlintz, for breaking their lease. Derek says the couple's actions forced him to move out.
Who's Benson?
I am.
Miss Benson, your boyfriend, Mr. Hopkinson, signed a lease with the defendant on a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. I assume you had been friends before?
Modify ke relation ni je doh. Ha? Apa isi kan 5 minit. Okay dah. Viral camera lagi. Sayang tuh sebelah cinta. Sampai 7:30 menit.